Hey y'all, this is TheSouthernSimm with you again today, and I have another speed build for you. It is called the Painter's Retreat. Now, the reason why I decided to name it this and build this house the way I did is because I went through that new thing that you can do with the recent update. I believe it came out last in July, may have been June, but anyway, the point is, it's where you can go through the TheSouthernSimm and you can go through questions, and it'll decide the Sim's character traits and all that, and how much money that Sim can earn, and gives it a job. So, because my Sim went to work, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, and she had a pretty good income. It came up she was high, but it said that she was a painter. So I was like, oh, so let me make a separate little area, and that's why what you're seeing right now is why I created that on the very top. It is nothing but for a painter. It is though, because I put a bunch of details in there that makes it really nice and happy. And my goal was, I decided, because everyone knows, or anyone who's heard some of my videos knows, that I'm in my last stages of parenthood, because my oldest graduated just almost 2 years ago, and my youngest, this is his senior year. So me and my husband are very excited that both of them have great ideas for their future, and we're just trying to help them, to motivate them for what they need. But anyway, so what I decided to do with this build is I decided, I should really go out of my comfort zone and really decorate for a Sim wanting a baby. They don't have a baby, they're just a young couple starting out, but they want a baby. So I actually created 2 of the bedrooms for babies if they had a boy or a girl. So it's very fun. I had a lot of fun with doing it, just decorating and trying to decide how I wanted it and stuff. So you will see that here shortly. But here we are with the kitchen, and I made the kitchen and dining room more of an open plan. And really, if you want to, argue about semantics, it really is still a complete open plan, because the fact that you don't have any doors to get into the living room space, the living room area, but because the way I decided to do the staircase and the bathroom right there on that first floor, it kind of mimics not being an open plan. But I mean, I had a lot of fun with it, trying to just come up with it. And I do apologize. I don't know what happened here. The phone or something must have rang, but I tried to edit this out. But the fact that because I'm using my son's computer to do it, it wouldn't let me edit that little spot out. So I do apologize for the brief pause there. But I think there is one more in the video, but please be patient. It's okay. But here you can see I am decorating that upstairs, which is why I call it 2.5 floors. It's 2.5. It really technically isn't 3, because it's there on that very top section in the roof. So really, I wouldn't call that more than 2.5. But I was going through trying to find a lot of pictures that looked like paintings and whatnot, so that way it would look like she had actually painted them. I mean, of course she didn't, but I was just trying to work it out that way to make it look like that's what she did. And I gave her a sink up here so she could wash her hands if she was painting or whatever, so it looked like she had a place to clean up. But here I am getting into the downstairs area, placing a couple of things. I tell you, this video, as a lot of times it happens with me, I was just kind of all over the place. So, and there's that other little spot where it kind of just sets for a moment, but it isn't long. And it took me a little while to decide what I was going to do in the master bedroom here, because I was sitting here going, this is a pretty good sized room. They have plenty of room. I want to place a few things to get around, but to make it look pretty. And I decided with those 2 bedrooms there that I would do like as if they had a baby boy and a baby girl. So it is set up for a baby. It's not set up for a toddler or for or even a young child, just a child age. But, some of the things I put in there is prepared for those ages to kind of decorate it. So, I mean, it can work for those if that's what you want to use this for, or if you just want to change it completely to make it like guest bedrooms or, whatever. It is completely however you want to do it. But like I said, I just had a really good time trying to set things the way I wanted and trying to make them look pretty and functional too, because you see I put that toilet right there, but I never paid attention until I went to do the screenshots, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. They can't get in the door if I put the toilet there. They'll give me issues. So I had to go back and fix that. So you won't see that in the video, but you will see it in the screenshots that the toilet is over there underneath that blue picture there in this bathroom that I'm working on right at this moment. But I mean, it is what it is. Things happen. We make mistakes. We're not perfect, but I do fix it. But, and I do add a couple extra things that was not in the video, which is just some details on the outside that I did not put, which is just a couple more plants and stuff outside. It was pretty much what I fixed. As I didn't feel like there was enough to give it that oomph it really needed. But as per usual, I added a pool in the back. You'll see that here soon. Right here, I'm actually trying to decorate the boys' bedrooms. That way, if they do end up getting pregnant and having a baby, and it happens to be a boy, they're ready for that boy to be here. So, and if it happens to be a girl, it's ready too. And then if they decide they don't want any more kids and that they just want to stop at one, or you all don't want them to have any more kids, guess what? You can fix that other bedroom for a guest or whatever. Or an office too if you want to, but I just decided that it would be fun to, step out of my comfort zone a little bit, because normally I don't decorate for the kids. I don't think about the kids. But yeah, here we are just, getting some more stuff in that master bedroom. I really thought the master bedroom turned out really good. I really liked how it looked, because I figured with an artist, someone who likes to paint or does any kind of artistic work of any kind, would really like having older stuff with more details, because I know I like to do things that are more artistic. I like to craft. I like to use my Cricut to make things. I love my Cricut. It's fun to create things, decals and all kinds of stuff. I actually got to visit my aunt, my mom and my aunt this past week. So when I told you in the last video that I was not at home, I was getting to spend some time with my family that I hadn't got to see them in a while, and it was a very good trip, and we really enjoyed ourselves. I really wish that little carpet thing I overlaid there had worked. I really do, but it didn't, so it is what it is. So that's what I did instead, and that wasn't as loud as you can see. Pretty and a detail, but not as loud. But I really enjoyed spending time with my family, and it was a good experience, and I hated to have to leave, but our youngest, who's in his senior year now, he had to go back to school, and he had still a couple more things to do before he could go back to school for a class, so we had to make sure we gave him enough time to get that done. So he did get it done, so that was good, and we're just really excited. This is his last year. I know he's excited. Both of our children love to play The Sims too, and actually during the free time, where you got the free base game, I actually went in and got my husband and both our boys the free game so that way they could have their own to play. And I was kind of hoping, I don't know if any of y'all have heard, it's been some time ago, I'm not sure exactly when, maybe, I don't know, within the last 6 months, I guess, maybe a little longer than that. It's where the Sim Supply and Delicacy had talked about the option of actually having where you could play multiplayer. It was a mod. I would love to see if that actually works for me, because I'd like to try that and see if that would, how that would be in The Sims to actually be able to play like that. But I'm almost finished here. The screenshots will be here momentarily, so if y'all have any questions, please leave them down below. I will be glad to answer any questions. If you have any suggestions for a suggested build you'd like to see me do, like my friend White Fox Elite, he gave me some ideas and I went with them. Check out the wedding cake. I know there isn't, I don't think anybody really downloading it, but you know, it was fun and I really enjoyed doing that, and I didn't expect anyone to download it anyway because it looks like a wedding cake. But I mean, if you have a suggested build and you'd like me to try it, please feel free to leave that comment too. But like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because every like, share, and subscribe, of course, helps my little channel to grow that much more. I do appreciate your guys' time, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. And I'll go ahead and leave you here to finish watching the screenshots and listening to the music. And thanks again, y'all. Have a good Friday. Bye, y'all.